Hi friends, in this video we are going to discuss concept of switching. The question it has been asked in the examination like this: with a neat diagram explain circuit switching and packet switching for 6 marks or 5 marks. As in previous the discussion we have indicating or discussing the concept of switching. Switching is the process of forwarding data packets in a network from source to the destination through intermediate devices called switches. Because from one location to the another location we are not having the direct path to reach the destination. So already existing network which will be able to finding a path to reach the destination. So we'll utilize several or uses several switches in the network. And then there are two types of switching are present. One it is a circuit switching. In a circuit switching network, a fixed connection is always available between the two devices like telephones, and it can be activated or deactivated by the network switch. So if you observe this diagram, circuit switching network, we will be come to know that how telephone it can be get connected from a one location to the another location or one phone number with the another phone number. So if we take an example of olden approach, how the telephone landline works. So we will be having the dedicated wires are present for an individual phone numbers. If any problems are occurring, you need to know about the where was the damage it has been happened to the corresponding wire. So this approach will be rarely used now, and then it will be replaced with the olden approach with the optical fiber communications. So in this diagram there are two different capacity of lines are present. A small line which is going to indicating low capacity lines, because from whatever the junction box or maybe transition are present, so from that we will be having the low capacity lines are present. But between a one junction to the another junction box we need to maintain or monitor the high capacity of wires. So the network consists of 4 telephones on each side connected to a switch. When a call is made, a switch connects a phone on one side to phone on the other side. A thick line connects two switches with enough capacity to transport or support 4 simultaneous video calls. This line's capacity is shared by all phone pairs. So whatever the explanation I have told, it has been indicated here. So there are two scenarios are present. All phone are in use and then one phone in use. 4 people on one side are talking to 4 people on the other side using the full capacity of line. Dedicated lines are present, within that all phone it has been engaged, then full capacity which will be utilized. If we consider another way, only one phone it has been used or in use at the time, remaining only one capacity which will be utilized and then remaining which will be get wasted. Disadvantage: a circuit switch network is only efficient when operating at full capacity. When you use the fewer devices are active at the time, which will leads to the inefficiency. The thick line needs to 4 times the capacity of a single voice line to prevent a call's failure when all phones are used simultaneously. To avoid this circuit switching, we will be having the several problems are present. To overcome that one, we are going to introducing by the packet switching. In the computer network, communication between the device is carried out in a blocks of data called packets. So this packet, the keyword, we are going to in detail describe or discuss in the network layer. So rather than the continuous streams, as in phone calls, these packets are independent units which make it possible for a network switch to store and then forward them later if needed. If we consider the packet switching, in this we'll use the store and then forward mechanism by means of the switches or the routers are present. If any problems are happening with respect to the network, which will store, and then from that it is going to finding the shortest path to reach the destination. So if you observe this diagram, a packet switching network where two sets of four computers are connected across two sites. In this setup, a router queue the packets and sends them when the network is ready. So previous discussion, circuit switching and then packet switching, the diagrams are look like similar, but there is a changes with respect with the what the connecting devices. So here we will use the router, and then there we are going to using a junction box or maybe connectors. So in this also we are going to make use of two different capacity of lines. So from node to the router we'll use the low capacity of lines. From router to the router we'll use the high capacity of lines. If router is busy in sending on to the data to the other router, then it has to be put up with respect with the queue. That is also based upon the router buffer. So consider a scenario where the thick line has the twice the capacity of the smaller data lines that connects computer to router. If only two computers are communicating, if the packets move without delay. However, if the thick line is busy, more packets arrive. They are queued and then sent into the order of arrival. So just now I told that what is the importance of the queue. So disadvantage, this demonstrates the efficiency of a packet switching network over a circuit switched network. However, packet switching can introduce delay when the network is traffic is heavy, because as we know that in several big billion days or maybe result time and all, the several users they are going to putting a load onto the server, then obviously which will be get delay. If you take an example of a big billion days and all, because in normal days the usage of server per second will be having the limitations which will not exceed onto the normal the usage, but whenever the big billion days are announced at the time the load onto the server it is very huge, so for that it has to be well prepared for to handle the type of the situation. So message switching, entire messages are stored and then forward from one switch to the another switch. Thank you.